Today, I want to show you how easy it is to make an additional $1,000 per month
$1,000.
$1,000.
Yeah.
building a web design business using the tools that I'm about to show you. Now, I will be going into more detail with these tools, so please leave a like and subscribe, and I will make sure you are up to date with the latest in these tools to make sure you get the best out of them. For step one, we have to decide on the platform. Now, the platform that most people tend to use is Wix or WordPress or Shopify. So what we want to introduce you to is Duda. Duda here is the one-stop shop for anything when it comes to building your websites. Now, as an agency user, it has one of the most powerful things is white labeling. So you can look the part. It has a wonderful website editor that it's drag and drop. It's one of the fastest ways to build a website. Has great client management, so if there's any changes on the website, the client can go in, type it out, and sends it right to you. And the support is bar none, probably the best I think I've ever seen in terms of help. So one of the good things is it does have a free trial option, so you can go in, do a free trial, and test it out for yourself. There's also a little university that they've put together where you can now go in and learn how to design these websites and develop them for yourself. Now, that shouldn't be the problem to stop you from building this business, because in step 4, I will show you how you don't need to know how to code or build any website whatsoever, and you can get this business going. Step 2, you now got to brand yourself. So a quick way to do so is going to Namelix, type in something such as web design company, generate, click next, generate, and in just a few seconds, you now have different ideas for business names. So one of the things you should do right away though, which I love about this, is you can click more info to see if those domain names have been taken. So you can click on one and keep searching until you find that one that hasn't been taken and that you like. So say for example, we wanted to go with Netformal. All right, this is a brand we're going to build with. We can now click on the logo. You can see various forms of the logo. And from here, you can even purchase the logo. So this would be about $25 if you want to get the one-time logo, which I do recommend, at least having that for when you're branding yourself on other platforms. And also, if you go back to the name, you can now register that domain name as well. Click register domain name. You can go to Namecheap, and then this would be a cost. Once you register your domain name, the next thing you need to do is get your email address. So here we would recommend just either going to Gmail and having @gmail.com, or you could step it up and really look the part and get something like @businessname.com. So that way it does look more professional. Step 3, admin and billing tools. So one thing you need to do is, as you are going after these clients, you have to have somewhere to organize this. And what we recommend is HubSpot. HubSpot is a free tool that you can use in order to keep track of different leads when you're emailing them, making phone calls. It's just a way to know when you have to follow up with somebody. You are going to get those times where someone will say, well, I'm busy right now, can you call me back later? This is where you'll keep track of this, so you're now able to follow up and know when to call that person back and make sure you try to get that sale. So that is the first tool. And then secondly, you need to know how to invoice these people. So another free tool we have is Zoho Invoicing. So this is free to use, and it is probably one of the strongest invoicing tools that's out there. In here, you can come in and create a new invoice. You can create quotes and also take payments. So one thing you will have to do is create a Stripe account. That is an online payment processor. You can now connect it to Zoho, and then that way you can now take payments from clients once they do purchase your services. Now, in addition with Zoho and the pricing, you may be wondering, how do I price these things? So this is all basically up to you. There are 2 pricing models. The first pricing model that you really go through is the one where you go through the university. It's basically the more you learn, the more you earn. So if you wanted to do this yourself, you can now go to the university, click on some courses, learn them, and then once you learn them, you can now set your price. So most prices usually range from about $50 to $150 an hour. What I would recommend doing is you're going in and you're speaking with the client, find out exactly how much time it's going to take to build this project, and then you build them accordingly. So that way you just multiply it by, say it took 10 hours to do the job and your rate is $100 an hour, you can now charge $1,000 to build that website. Second pricing model, this actually happens in step 4. So step 4 is fulfillment. Now, instead of having to go through the whole university and learning how to code and how to build the websites out, you can go on websites such as Upwork, where you can now go in and hire somebody to build these websites for you. So you just go in, you create an account, you create a job posting, and then you will have people applying to do the work for you. And this is where you come in, you take a look at their earnings, or what they're charging them, and then you can now base your pricing on that. So if it's going to take 10 hours to build a website, it may cost $150, and then you can now mark it up to whatever value you think it's worth. So this is the second option order of how you can now fulfill this and work the business without actually having to know any website and coding. Step 5, finding that first lead. Now, that's always the most difficult part of getting this business started. So what we found is a tool called Fresh Lead Finder. With this tool, you're now able to just go in, type in a city, type in a niche, and you're able to now pull off a search that will give you results that you can now contact these businesses. So for example, I just did a quick search, restaurants in Mississauga, Canada. And now this is the free trial, so you're not able to see all the details, but with the paid version, you are able to get everything here. So as you can see, it gives me a contact number, a name, if they have a Facebook, their website, their domain names, the website domain, it just gives a lot of information that you can now reach out and contact these people. So if you found this video enjoyable and informative, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will definitely catch you in the next one. Have a good one.